Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Bloodless run on Bloodstained Ritual of the Night on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, we're retaking 8-Bit Overlord. I apologize for his sprite not actually loading up. It's supposed to shimmer going into it, but my editing suite at the moment only allows me to have videos at 30 FPS, and it shimmers at 60. So
yeah, that's a bit of a shame there that we can't even appreciate what 8-Bit Nightmare was trying to accomplish, which is to give us an 8-bit crap in the pants. Ow!
Yes. The 8-bit pillars, the 8-bit pillar flame hits really hard, but so does blood rain. So
rain toxic blood on my enemies.
Thankfully, we also have high jump. So, damn it!
I don't know. I think 8-bit Overlord is a little less aggressive on this take than he was in previous ones.
Did we even fight 8-bit Overlord as Aurora?
No, but we did do a failed attempt on him as Bloodless. See, that's the 8-bit Overlord that I remember, is you have nowhere to go.
Well, you do have places to go. It's just that you're not going to be safe in those places. Thankfully, Blood Rain hits so goddamn hard that we only need to use it probably one more time in order to finish this fight.
Eradicate his flames. You gotta get closer if you want to hit the baseball.
Blood Rain.
Blood Rain.
Yay!
Yay. Mega it rain. He disintegrated in low-res graphics.
Alright then. So, that is the upgraded Scarlet Thrust, for the record. It actually hits really motherfucking hard, but it's just because it hits really hard doesn't mean it's honestly useful.
Save the game.
It's
save the game.
good against specific bosses, specifically. It's okay against 8-Bit Overlord, and it's alright against Dominique, but like. Those are the only two bosses that I could think that you would reasonably be able to use it against. Okay, so we've got 8-Bit Overlord down. We've already done Revenant because we cheesed him out using the Charged Umbrella.
Stun locked him. That was funny.
Yes, it was. So. Now we have to go into the the penultimate area of the game. Now that all the bosses are down, the Den of Behemoths. All right, Bloodless, thankfully, because we have both access to high jump and a hover, can effectively skip a majority of this area. It's one of the big problems that Den of Behemoths has. Although it's extremely large, there's very little for any of the characters to actually do when they're in here. So, like, I end up with Aurora and Bloodless specifically. I always end up skipping a good portion of it. But this is another blood candle. What do we have? We have another blooded tenacity. Yay!
Did they have to make a giant blood candle?
They did because of the lore surrounding Den of Behemoths. The lore surrounding Den of Behemoths is that there was an experiment in the Alchemy Guild involving size manipulation. Unfortunately, they got it backwards. Instead of making themselves significantly larger, they made they made themselves significantly smaller.
So, Merlin, what is that you have there? It's a gigantic...
It's a failed art book.
It's a gigantic pencil that I got from the gift shop. Oh, jolly this gigantic pencil makes me.
Alright, so, just making sure that we get a decent amount of map exploration done whilst we're here.
You know what you can write down with a gigantic pencil?
Your name.
A big idea.
I still haven't actually seen your name, so.
No, I don't.
Like several years ago, I was actually a member, technically of a high schoolers anime club, and that was significantly more. Sorry, a middle schoolers anime club, and that was significantly more awkward than it sounds like, and it already is a significantly awkward thing. But they had plans to show your name the week after I first showed up. And then we were moving, so I didn't get to go see your name. I am sad about it.
Oh, so everybody got to know you, but you didn't get to know anybody.
Honestly, I didn't really interact with the rest of the club members either, because they were all middle schoolers and middle school chicks specifically. I was like, is this actually an anime club or is this technically babysitting?
Well, so wait, so if you were in a middle school anime club, well. What were you doing there?
I didn't know it was a middle school anime club.
Well, how did you find out about it?
It was hosted by my local library, and I will be honest. Anime clubs hosted by your local library tend to be significantly more awesome than that. So, like, I thought it was going to be, a place where people at the very least of high school age would gather in order to talk about anime that they were currently seeing, and maybe actually have discussions about anime that they like or anime that is coming out. Unfortunately, that is not the thing that happened.
Yeah, I bet all they wanted to talk about was Attack on Titan. Ooh.
Actually, no. We watched the first couple episodes of a classic Full Metal Alchemist, which was really nice.
Huh.
But they didn't actually want to talk about the anime that we were watching. They just wanted to, discuss. They just wanted to discuss their normal school lives, and I was like, "Damn it, that sucks."
I can't.
Also, we got another Blood and Brutality. That's the whole reason why we go over here for this one. That's the whole reason why we do the Harrier race. And no, Bloodless does not need to win the Harrier race in order to actually get the Blood and Brutality, but she does need to clear the obstacle course, which is difficult because of this jump. I hate that jump. She has to short hop over it, and it's very, very risky. Bleh.
We'll also do the Crash Bandicoot jump mechanic where you don't hold the button down all the way. You just tap it.
Yes, I know how to do short hops, but, like, I don't like doing them.
I can imagine how frustrating that would be in a race situation. If you had all the time in the world to execute it, it's not that bad, but because you basically have to get it right on the first try in order to win the race, yeah, that can get annoying pretty quickly.
And again, Bloodless doesn't need to win the race against Harrier. I just wanted to show off that she can win the race against Harrier. She doesn't get anything for it, though, aside from the experience of killing Harrier. So.
Oh, you can't rush perfection, darling.
But yeah, if you want to actually level up Bloodless to a decent amount, I also recommend farming in Den of Behemoths instead of Glacial Tomb. Not because the experience that you get in Den of Behemoths is more than what you get in Glacial Tomb, but it's significantly easier to cash in.
It's significantly easier.
These giant cannons specifically are absolute cake for Bloodless to take down, and a majority of the other giant enemies fit the same mold. So.
Why'd you pick on someone your own size?
Skip over the Abyssal Dragon. Sorry, Abyssal Guardian. That is what it is called.
Whoa, giant bat. Swooping in. Search the ceiling. Maybe there's something up here.
There is stuff up here, just not for Bloodless. Like, Miriam has one of her more important chests up here. I believe it's the one for... Is it the Millionaire's Key or is it the Carpenter's Key? I think it's Carpenter's Key that's up here.
Ice cream. Ah, so that's what those look like when they're all blown up.
Yeah, they're blood goblets. They're not ice cream. I know that they're supposed to be something that is not a blood goblet, but for Bloodless, no, they're a blood goblet.
I mean, that was big enough to be a Ziggy Piggy.
I don't know what that is.
Ah, Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Adventure.
I watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I didn't see the sequel Bogus Journey though.
Well, in the original classic, really the only Bill and Ted movie that matters, Napoleon, he went to an ice cream shop with friends, and he had the Ziggy Piggy special. It was a gigantic bowl of ice cream.
Alright. We're using Bloodsteel a lot more now, especially because it actually can heal us. So, it still doesn't actually give us all that much mana back each time we use it, sadly. But it does give us enough health to, you know, at least consider using it. I honestly love that we get access to the Guillotine Umbrella really early on, because it makes fighting enemies that are above Bloodless just so much easier.
Yes.
Having double blood pillar from Orthos doesn't really impact much of the gameplay, but having Guillotine Umbrella honestly does. Also, Umbrella Toss is still her best spell.
It's especially effective on enemies that can't hit from afar.
Yes.
Dragon.
Hey, Abyssal Guardian.
Huh. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. I had the same reaction the last time we ran into this boss arena, like, huh, I guess this is a boss. Yay.
Well, for the record, now Abyssal Guardian is not a boss. He's just a normal enemy. There was another one that we skipped over while we were, going through Den of Behemoths. I wish the Den of Behemoths actually had more enemy, not more enemy density per se, but more enemy variety. Because this is the only area in the game where the enemies, Marbus and Silver Wolfman exist, and they're like they only even on hard mode they have such a limited spawn count that you can't really easily farm them. Oh well, be safe everybody.